Welcome back to the dirtiest garage on YouTube. I'm Leon. This is See What You Started. Today we were supposed to put in the newly painted 5.3 LS and the 4L60E, but I realized I got a lot of other stuff to do. I still gotta finish welding up the transmission mounts that we did. I gotta finish welding up the running board mounts while it's lifted in the air. There's just a few things that I gotta address in today's video, just a bunch of odds and ends, and then we can get to setting the engine in place. But we got a bunch of just, you know, chores to do on it first. Just a few odds and ends, you know what I mean? We just gotta button things up, make it a little bit more finished before I lower it down. So, with all that being said, let's drag out the welder, let's crawl underneath it, and let's start trimming up the transmission mounts and welding them into place. And then we'll move on to welding. GoPro battery is brand new and yet it's still dying. So I'm about to start doing everything with my phone, but keep shutting off. So here's the thing. I just ordered new batteries. We're gonna try that. And if it still keeps doing it, then I'm done with GoPro. But anyway, I don't even know where I was at because I'm getting frustrated. But yeah, we gotta finish up the trans brackets, we gotta finish up the running boards, and I wanna look at the emergency brake to see if I'm gonna be able to salvage that. But I wanna do all this stuff while the truck's lifted in the air so it's easier to work on crawling underneath there. So let's go ahead and get the welder drug out and let's start welding things up. It'll be a little bit boring, but I promise I'll show you the steps, what we're doing afterwards. I gotta trim up the trans bracket, weld it into place, and let's get to it. Stop talking about it. Okay, so here's the mount. You can see I gotta weld it here, here, and then I gotta marry these two pieces, and then I gotta weld it there. So we got quite a bit of welding to do, and then I'm gonna weld a little bit on top, a little bit on bottom. You guys get the idea. So let's go ahead and weld it into place. I am gonna trim this piece off. But we'll do all that in a minute. Let's start welding and go from there. So we finished welding up the transmission mounts and some of the running board mounts on both sides, and then I did attach the bolts. It's kind of dark in here, but you can see the hardware. So the fender mounts to the running board, and then it's got two other brackets. So it's pretty stout now. I did that on both sides. I did the transmission mount. I still have to, sorry, this is making you dizzy, but this bar here, I marked out where I have to drill the holes for the crossbar. We're not going to do that until we have the transmission in place, because I also have to drill the two bolts from the mount of the transmission to that bar. Long story longer, you guys get what I'm saying. So we've pretty much tidied up everything that is underneath the truck. I am going to grab some rattle can spray paint, and I'm going to spray paint the bottom side of the frame while it's up in the air. And then, I mean, we've pretty much done everything that we need to do. I need to investigate this emergency brake just to see what's going on with that. But other than that, we're ready to put the engine in. So there's that. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish spray painting underneath, and then I think we're ready to put the transmission in, or the motor and transmission. I don't know. I got to sit here and slow down a minute because I feel like I'm trying to rush it now. But everything's mounted up. Oh no, I know what I got to do. I still have to finish putting the bolts in for the body, for the cab mounts. Because remember, I took them out when I was getting the transmission in the first time. I had to jack up the body off the frame, so I need to put those bolts in. Or should I do that after? I guess I could do that after we put the motor in for the last time, just in case I got to jack it up again. I think I'm making a lot of excuses, and I'm being lazy, I think. The biggest problem I'm having is this GoPro batteries. So these GoPro batteries, they're not GoPro name brand, because the GoPro ones don't last very long. So I went on Amazon and got some, I think they're called like just 10 batteries or something, because the GoPro 10 is what I'm using. And they're garbage, so they don't last at all. If it's a little cold, a little hot, they malfunction. And I can only get about 10 to 15 minutes of charge time out of them. So it's either the GoPros are taking a crap on me, or the batteries are just crap. So I ordered actual GoPro batteries, and if that doesn't solve my problem, then I'm gonna start filming with my phone, because I can't afford to invest in crazy camera equipment. I just can't right now. So it's not a priority. I'd rather play with hot rods and build trucks. So anyway, we are inching closer to dropping the engine in. We are one step closer. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray paint underneath the bottom of the frame. And like I said, I'm not spray painting it to make it show quality. I just don't want it all nasty. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I just kind of, we're here, so we might as well make it look a little better. So I think she's coming along looking good. All right, it's another day in the garage, and we are one step closer to getting this baby going. So I want to tighten down the bolts for the cab mounts. Actually, I screwed up on them, and I'll show you what I did wrong, because I'm an idiot, but I'll show you. I put the bolt through, and I didn't put the big washer. So yeah, so you could just jack up the front of the cab and the cab will just pop off. Ain't gonna do real well if I ever got in an accident. So we got to put some take the nuts off, and that's what she said. Take the nuts off, put the big washers on all four corners, and then I don't know what else we got to do. I think I got to put bolts on this back. I only have one bolt here, so I need to put two. So we need to do that, and we got to put all this crap back on the engine whenever we get to that part. So let's go ahead and start putting these washers on the cab mounts. All right, so just go like this and put it on, and then we'll have to do two washers because the bolt's a little longer than it should be. And then we just slap that dude on there and give it a few ugga-duggas, and we should be in business. Make sure that's on. Okay, good to go. Alrighty, I know this was a short video, but this is just a little tidying up video, getting everything ready for the engine install. So I'm gonna end it right here, and I want to get this video out for you guys. I'm running a little bit behind, so you guys get it. But the next video for sure will be the engine install. We're gonna slap that puppy in there and call it good. So as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, it helps me out. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. And as always, I'll see you guys next Monday at 4 o'clock p.m. Mountain Time. Be there, be square. Adios.